Hello, and welcome to the Reels Basics webinar. Okay, we are going to be going down the most common things when you first are like using social media and you're like, how do I know what reel to make? Where do I go? What do I do? Do I record in the reel? Do I record not? Then what happens if I lose it? Like, where's the trending audios? How do I find those? How do I add captions? How do I edit it? And all the things in between. Okay, so you've come to the right place if you have been on the hunt for reels, just like a step by step, but kind of like in a fun way. Because I don't know, I can't watch a lot of things or like look at a template and just be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like I need someone to actually like, I guess I'm a auditory visual learner. And so odds are maybe you are too. And truly trial and error with it, although you're going to get frustrated, it really is one of the best things. So I am Christina Smallwood, all that long-winded intro, but I have been on social media since 2014 is when I really decided, okay, I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to post every day. I am like getting into this. So 10 years. I will also tell you, I have monetized social media. My social media has led to many opportunities, many collaborations, many paid sponsored posts. Like my social media, I've built two platforms now, over 140,000 followers each, and they've monetized. So I've figured it out, okay, as far as what it takes and the fundamentals. Okay, Reels just came around within the last couple of years, and that really has become such a great way to expand your reach, grow your audience, and help you grow your page. So I will tell you, I have been to countless amounts of masterminds. If there's someone selling a course, I buy it. I've bought $500 courses, $1,000 courses. I have spent a lot of money so that I can bring resources like this to everyone simply, and like I feel like I can teach people pretty good on just how to the simple gist and facts of like how to break it down. So know that I've spent a lot and invested a lot to learn like the best and top tips. And really what you're gonna get here is definitely worth thousands of dollars. I assure you. Okay, so drop a one or a flame in the chat if that really excites you. Okay, so hopefully you have, maybe you're watching this on a laptop or a desktop, or some people were saying they're gonna be playing it in their living room. They're together. Hello. Okay, so hopefully you have that. So you have your phone handy so that we can be working together. And then also notes, okay? I'm a big pen and paper person. I literally cannot live without my like workbooks and things. This one is really great. It has like a content calendar guide and a little checklist each day to remember to. You can plan out like your reels and what you're gonna do. Okay, so I had to have a shameless plug for my habits are hot, okay? Because I really like live by this thing. Okay, so what we're gonna do, let me screen share and see how fancy I can get here. All right, so we have an error. Wait, where'd it go? Please hold real quick. I'm gonna pause the recording. Okay, we got it all figured out back here. Okay, so what is a reel? Okay, and I want you to think of how many of you feel like you know what a reel is. It's a video that's going to make you go viral, and then it's just going to change your entire life because you do one thing that makes you go viral, right? Okay, so we call them their short form video is what people in the industry call them, short form video. Okay, but really they're like little breadcrumbs. Okay, and so I feel like when you intentionally try to go viral, that video never performs. And it's always the videos that people like don't necessarily that people don't overthink that end up, you know, getting all this attention and stuff. And there's usually like a little formula to why that is, but what a reel is a little tiny video, you know, up, well, I guess they can go up to a minute and 30 seconds. So up to 90 seconds, but they're a little video that goes out into the algorithms, and they each have their own little algorithm that they go into. Okay, so they're like little breadcrumbs that you can throw out into the world, and you have no idea where they're going to go or what they're going to do. Okay, so that's basically what a reel is. They're very powerful, and that's why you need to be using them. And a reel's purpose is not to sell product, explode your page. What it is just expanding your reach. Okay, so that is a reel's purpose, is just to expand your reach and bring your main page more eyeballs. Okay, so if you're thinking, and you put all, like, I feel like I know people that start making reels, and then every single reel, they put so much pressure on this reel to go and perform, and you're not really mentally putting it in the right category. Okay, not every one of my reels is a you know, is a grand slam, right? But they always bring me new followers, even if they just get a couple hundred views or a couple hundred likes, because they're going out into different areas. Not every reel that you post is going to be the same exact audience seeing it. So when you have that perspective, like, okay, this reel's going somewhere new, and it's not just the same old, and it might collect me a couple eyeballs from this world, and this one's in this world, and this one's in this world, then it's like, okay, just you can kind of transform your brain from thinking and putting so much pressure on a singular reel, and you go into, okay, I need to post consistently reels. How many of you already would say that you post, how many reels a week do you post? Put it in the chat. You do 7, are you 7 for 7? 5, someone said 5, someone said 3. So the idea is, instead of like putting so much pressure on a one, it's just, okay, I'm going to put out one a day. I'm going to put out, and even if they're the same, you guys, the last handfuls of reels, I literally have copy pasted the same exact caption, and the contents are pretty much the same from one video series that I recorded, and it creates multiple different reels to multiple different audios going into multiple different worlds. And so instead of just putting one thing together and letting that just sit on your page, it's like, post, make it a little different, put a little different audio, don't overthink the caption, same caption on it, same call to action, we'll get to that. But the idea is frequency of these things, okay? And we want to see your face. That's the other thing, like, especially for what I do. If you're in network marketing, if you're in sales, if you are trying to grow a brand that's centered around you building trust with your audience, your face is essential, and your personality is essential. And we have branding strategies, courses that you can take. They're free. We have them. I have them on my YouTube. Literally, like, you can learn a lot about branding yourself. This is now taking it to real. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, so idea now. Okay, we're gonna make these videos. We are gonna go over now, okay, filming, lighting, editing, font placement, audio, cover. What cover do I pick? Bells, whistles, caption, okay? So now we're gonna go down like the nitty gritty of like actually putting together, and live right here, we are gonna create a reel right here together, okay? So first and foremost, I think it's really important to kind of have a plan. How many of you would say you just start making a reel without a plan and you're like, let's just see how it goes? I know a lot of people do that. I used to do that too. And I found that it would take me so much longer to get anywhere. And then my family would be like waiting for me. My husband would be like, are you done yet? Like it just like, so now it's really just about like, okay, I have in my head what I want to recreate. So right now I'm just gonna do, for the sake of time, I have all my getting ready with me stuff. So I'm gonna make a getting ready with me story reel because 2024 trends we are gonna see are all about, I can hear my kids screaming already. I'm like, you guys, please don't shame me in the synagogue, okay? So, you know, it's just without fail. It's without fail. This is mom life, okay? But I'm gonna do a getting ready with me reel because the 2024 trends, what we're gonna see is authenticity. So it's like the way you tell a story, even if it kind of messes up. Like we were watching last night, and I thought this was a really good analogy. We were watching a Netflix comedy special, and in these comedy specials, drop a two in the chat if you watch Netflix comedy specials. Okay, I think I've seen them all. Like I'm a big comedy fan. I love it. So we love to laugh. But these comedy specials, it's like they have their bit, right? They have their whole bit, but when someone from the crowd yells out or there's someone in the audience that they're interacting with, they put that in the special because it makes it so unique to that event, and it's a real life moment that happened, and there's so much authentic draw to those moments and those things because it's so off the cuff. That's very, very important for the content that we are creating. I find that people are the most drawn to like your human moments. So if it's something that you want to edit out, okay, leave it in because all that random, and I guarantee you, you can probably think of a handful of influencers or the last few viral reels you saw. They had like something random happen, or like they had to clear their throat, or they dropped something, or there's like a human moment. And that's what people like. If you think about you, and like I'm just like like if I'm caught in a scroll, I'm scrolling until I see someone like with a real emotion, okay? Or a valuable tip, like something where you're like, ooh, I need to save this. I never go back to my saved posts. I'm pretty sure I saved so many things and I'm like, ooh, that's gonna be good for later. And then I never do anything with it. But sometimes there's those good tips. And so you want to be aiming just to not overthink, but have a plan. Okay. I feel like that sounds like such a bang our head against the wall because it doesn't even make sense. But really don't try to be perfect, I guess. When I say don't overthink, like don't aim for perfection, aim to get your point across. And so that's why having a plan is really key. Okay, so my plan today with you guys is we're going to be doing just a live watching me get a content for a reel. Okay, so as far as filming goes, I know kind of what I'm going to be talking about, right? I'm going to film me spraying this on my face, then I'm going to film me putting a little bit of my bronzer on, then I'm going to film me doing my lipstick, okay? So let's say I want to do like a cutesy quote for Valentine's Day. Let's just say that that's it, okay? Roses are red, violets are blue. I like clean makeup. How about you? Okay, I literally just came up with that. That's what we're gonna go with. Okay, then it's a little catchy. It's kind of Valentine's-y. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so that would be. I know what my content's gonna be. I know I'm gonna be doing at least 3 slides. I know I'm gonna be telling a little poem. I probably can go grab an old clean skincare makeup caption from one of my last clean skincare makeup action or makeup posts, and I can already have that caption copy pasted, ready to go. So I don't have to fumble for it later or like sit there trying to be like this poetic writer. The first time you make it, obviously you got to write it all down. But spoiler, I would copy anybody's caption just to kind of give you like a starting off point. And did you know if you screenshot on an iPhone, you can actually highlight text and copy it? So you don't even like gone are the days of like having to like transcribe something. It's like the greatest thing. Like if you see a caption you really, really, really love, you can screenshot it and then you can just highlight it and then you can use that as like a template, a starting off point. I'm not really big on like direct copy pasting. Like put your own spin on it, right? Like make it your own a little bit, but then that way you have like confidence in it. Okay. So that so I already know what my caption's going to be all about my clean skincare makeup. Okay. So love that. That's great. Love that for me. I can take it, copy it, send it to in a text to myself. So it's right there. I text myself all day long. Like the links for this Zoom, for example. My Canva link, I text to myself because I can text it here and it goes right to my computer. So I text myself helpful things all day long. Okay, so that's on the back end. Now, let's share my screen. You're going to come to my phone with me. Welcome to my home screen. Okay, everybody see it? Thumbs up. I can see you, Danielle. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to open my Instagram. And at the very bottom, you'll see the little plus sign. Okay, this is where you go to make reels. So I'm going to tap that picture on the bottom. And then I have my reel. I'm on Reels. Okay, I got my drafts I can do. I actually do enjoy filming a lot of my reels. Like if I'm going to do one like this, I like filming it in right there in the reel. Okay, now sometimes you can find the audio first, which if you are looking for inspiration, on the bottom, see that like little play button right next to my picture? It's in between the plus sign and my picture. If you hit that, it actually like
let's go, girls.
Right? And then you can get inspiration. We'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so right now, basically you can go scroll reel and then at the bottom you can see the audio and you can tap the audio if you like that song. I'm gonna encourage you to think about it and do it with your video first. Like know what you want to say and do, have your plan, and then you can pick audio later. Okay, and I'll show you how to pick that trending audio. Okay, so we're gonna make a reel. Okay, so here I am. All right. Okay, I like my little beige thing here. Okay, so on the right side, I have the music button, I have the filters and like special effects button, I have templates, and then I have this little arrow. I'm gonna tap this little arrow, okay? Now it shows me that I can do I can change the length of the video, I can add a green screen to it, I can do gesture control, which is like whole next level, like I don't even do that, okay? And I know people really do, but I don't get into that, okay? But just showing you, so you can expand that little arrow up and see like a lot more different things. This is real basic, so we're not gonna get into all those bells and whistles. But see here at the top, right above me, there's a little clock. I lean on this clock a lot, okay? So this is where you can set a timer. So that way, you know, it's not like your hand is in the frame, like you hit record and then boom, your hand's in it. You can literally set a timer for 3 seconds. And that way you have 3 seconds until you have to start recording. Okay, so I am facing a window. This is the most important thing. I also have right behind my computer, I have a little ring light. So that way, if it's nighttime in my office, I am using my little ring light to simulate, you know, light coming on my face. I will tell you, aesthetically, this office would look a lot better if my desk were reversed. Okay, and as you walked in, my back was to the window, and you know you could walk by and see my face. Like I love that people that have their offices like that. However, I'm a content creator. I record a lot on my Zoom, and this facing the natural light is best. So aesthetically, not the best for the room, but aesthetically, the best for the content. Okay, so a little sacrifice for that. All right, so I'm now facing a window. Really, really key, because watch what happens if I don't face the window. Do you see this? This is not good. The filter looks awful. And I see this a lot. And one way to just simply elevate your content is face the window. It is night and day what it's gonna do. And if you don't have a ring light, I have linked in my bio, like my little Amazon shop, and I have like my favorite. I never struggle with this thing. I use it every day. And right now for this Reels course, we gotta struggle. Okay. Okay. So I have a little ring light in my Instagram shop, or not my Instagram shop, in my Amazon shop that I really love, and a tripod. So it's very like, and if you film, you know, in your bathroom when your kids are asleep and it's dark outside, they have really great light that you can put on your mirror. It's so worth it. Like it will elevate your content, and I guarantee you it will help boost your engagement. Just the lighting alone. Like it really is crazy how it can make or break content. Okay. Ooh, please don't slide out. I don't know why you're not looking for me today. Okay, here we go. So roses are red, violets are blue. And I got my timer on. Roses are red, violets are blue. Okay, so see how I knew what I was gonna say, and let's just see what happens. Roses are red, violets are blue. Okay, now okay. I also see how I know how to pause. Roses are red, violets. I know how to pause my sentences. That is definitely something I've learned how to do. Okay, so now here I am in the edit portion of my reel. Okay, so roses are red. And so you can pause, or you can just tap the moving video and see on the bottom, there's speed, there's split, there's replace, and there's crop. I'm gonna split right there, right after I finished my sentence, roses are red, split. Now, you can tap this one and I'll be editing the first one, or I can tap this one and I'll be editing the second one. So let's listen. Violets are blue. See how I said violets are blue right there? Violets. I can even just go slow and know, okay. Violet. So I just split right there because that's exactly right where I start saying violets are blue. Now I have 3 videos that are just split, and this one's basically the one in the middle has nothing. It's like dead air, okay? I don't want that in there. So I can actually, well, you can hold down on them and you can hit the minus to discard. And now let's listen. Roses are red, violets are blue. Okay. See how that just like flowed so much better? There's no and fumbling. And this does take a little bit of time for you to like start, you know, getting better at just knowing exactly when to say your sentence. But I'll have a video of myself where I'm saying the same thing 3 different ways, because I'm just gonna see how it's gonna edit best. Okay, so let's go. Violets are blue. Okay, I'm gonna split again and then discard that last one. Okay, so then let's go back to video. Okay, so I have roses are red, violets are blue. Okay. I'm gonna put on my timer again, 3 seconds. And I think I'll just be bronzing like my cheek for this one. And what am I saying, roses? I love clean makeup, clean skincare makeup. Okay. I love clean skincare makeup. No, I didn't say that good. So let's say it again. Okay. I love clean skincare makeup. I love clean skincare makeup. Okay, we'll say it a couple different ways. We'll see which one edits the best. Then I go next. Roses are red, violets are blue. I love clean skincare makeup. I kind of think that's funny, but okay. So I didn't like that one right here. Okay, and See, so what I'm doing is I'm holding my thumb down on the video and I'm moving it side to side so I can actually see like when my mouth is opening up. And this is really, 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 really helpful to the editing portion. Okay, so it looks like right about there is about right when I start opening my mouth to say the word. So I'm gonna split, and then I know I can just delete that whole yellow highlighted section. It does not have a place here. So let's see. And then you can always just drag it with your finger. Like I'm holding my hand on that like tap to audio area and I'm just going back and forth to move it. Okay, so.
Is there red, violets, or blue? I love clean skincare makeup.
Okay, and as soon as you tap it, it'll pause exactly where you want to tap it. Okay, I use that all day long. Then you can just hit split and then you know you want to delete the end. But let's say I want to get a little extra fancy. Okay, well, yeah, I'll show you. Okay, so I'm going to split it. So if you put your fingers and you stretch out, it makes the videos bigger. Okay, so now I can get really, really technical with my editing and the words. Okay, now I'm going to show you this, I would say is like a little bit next level, but just while I have you guys here. Okay, so in that video, I said, I love clean skincare makeup. So I'm going to actually do, I love clean
Skincare makeup.
Okay, oops. Skincare makeup is that. I'm going to delete that. And then on this last part of the video was me.
I love clean skincare makeup.
So right there I said skincare makeup.
Skincare makeup.
Okay. I'm going to split it because that's the start of exactly where I want to edit. And then I know now that this whole section is just nothing, right? It's just me like in between. So I'm going to discard it. Skincare makeup. Okay. And then I'm going to split and discard. I do a lot of split and discard. I feel like it's just the fastest versus trying to trim the front and trim the back. Let's see what that looks like.
Violets or blue. I love clean skincare makeup.
Ooh,
Roses are red, violets are blue.
it's pretty flawless. That was good on the first shot. So sometimes you might have to, you can like take it out and like once you delete a section, you can go back to that first part of that video and bring it back out again. Like it's still there. So you're not like doomed. They've really, really, really advanced the editing portion of this to where you aren't like screaming at yourself if you accidentally delete something because it's all still right there, which is amazing. Okay. And now I say, how about you? So we'll do our timer. 3 seconds. How about you? How about you? How about you? See how I'll say it 3 times so I can get it right. Now, if you're telling a story or something, you can say like, you can have like your 4 sentences or 5 sentences you're gonna say, and then just say them over and over.
Roses are red,
Okay.
violets are blue.
So right on the bottom
I love
left,
clean skincare makeup.
edit
How
video.
about you?
So I edit video. Okay, so I said, how about you? I like that actually. So I'm gonna split right at the end of it. And that basically makes it just the part I like is there. And then I hit split and now the rest of it I can delete. Or what I like to do is I like to put in a little bit of laughter. It's my human emotion. Okay, so there I go. And what I did right there is I just trimmed it down. So when you grab that, when the whole section is highlighted yellow, you can take it and drag it in and out so you can pick where it's going to start playing, okay? So you can trim pretty much anything. And if it's like, let's say, you know, you upload your video and it's like really, really small, I just pinched my fingers and brought it together. Let's say you're like, oh, I want to trim it, but it's like it's too small for me. All you do is you take your two fingers and you can expand it out. And it makes it so much easier to edit, okay? So, ha 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 ha, right there, okay. So right there is where I want my reel to end with my laughter. So I'm gonna click split. Technically, you could just trim it, but again, the split is a time saver. And then all I gotta do is discard. Whatever's highlighted will be what you are editing on the bottom. You can discard it and hit the red, and then it's gone. And then now that's where my reel ends. I love the crop section, okay? Because let's say I want to crop like this last one. So I'm like, it zooms in a little bit. Whenever the camera perspective shifts a little, especially on a static video like this where I'm in the same spot, the scene shifting will catch people's attention. Our attention spans are really, really, really like short these days. So that will help just like keep your attention going to the next one. But if the camera screen comes a little bit close and then a little bit far, that also helps capture people's attention. So what I'm going to do is just show you guys how to zoom some scenes in and some out. So let's say I'm going to go and I'm going to do every other one a little bit closer. And I didn't move. I'm not filming in different areas. Okay, so this first one, I'm going to leave normal. This second one, I'm going to go to the crop button on that bottom. It's like right there next to discard. I'm going to tap crop. And now I can crop this video. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. And then I'm going to click done. And then the next one we're going to let be out. And then this one we're going to have zoomed in. So every other will go like a little bit closer. Crop. And then that one will be back. And then the laugh will be closer. So again, it's just that crop button. Okay. So what this video has as of right now is my camera audio, okay? So let's say you want to add music to it, okay? So first, we just edited. Now we're going to do the font placement, okay? This is really, really important right now, especially if you see, for the majority of videos that you see that capture your attention, you're able to aesthetically watch something, but also follow along on captions. Instagram really loves that when you are using Instagram captions, okay? And they really have elevated their caption game. But just staying on the platform really is best. So the top buttons, I'll go over what those are. Okay, so you have the little, anytime you see an arrow with an underlined line, that means download or save. So I am trying to work on putting my content on TikTok. So before I post it, I will save it. This is a big step a lot of people miss because it's taking me some time to make this right now. And it's like, it should be on every single platform. It should be going on Facebook. It should be going on TikTok. It should be going on whatever other platform I'm on. And so you can download direct to your phone right before you post it, like once it's ready. Now it won't save with music. So you want to save it after you do your captions before you pick your audio, okay? The next button is a musical note, and that will allow you to pick audio and kind of mess with the audio now. Now there's controls, there's voice enhance, there's voiceover. If you do save audios as you scroll, you can go right there and find a saved audio. It's all very organized and very nice. They now have a search bar which I love. They did not have that the last time I did my Reels course, and it really is a game changer if there's something that you want to keyword search. Like for me, this is a Valentine reel. So I would like something Valentine's-y. So here comes all the love songs, okay? And right now, I only see one that's trending. It's the top one that says, Be My Baby. You see that little arrow next to or right underneath the title of the song? That little arrow means it is a trending audio. I don't overthink my audio choices anymore. I used to be like, oh, I have to have this song. But now I honestly just want my voice and my content to be the main event. And then the audio is just like a total afterthought. Because again, going with the trends, I want the storytelling and my visual and you seeing my face and you hearing my voice and you feeling like you know me. That's my goal with the reels, and that would be my goal for you on teaching you how to do reels. Okay, so that's what that music button does. The little aesthetic button will let you add an effect to it. I don't recommend it. I think too crazy of filters on reels actually like hinders your chance of connection. I think the more it looks like you. I like this beigey one. It makes me a little bit tanner, but it doesn't change my features and you can still see my skin. Like I have a huge rosacea like flake on my nose right now. And I actually like that you can see that because it's like, oh, okay, she's not like poreless or like, you know, you can still see her face, features on my face. That's why I like this one. Okay, and then the next little button is like a little happy face square with like the corner picked up like a piece of paper. And you can access lots of, I call these like bells and whistles, but you can put the captions is right at the top. That's the one I use. I don't know. The jury's still out on like if polls really help a reel or a slide or a swipe or anything like that. I think what's going to be the best for your reel is if it doesn't have too much going on and it's like clearly like your face and your voice. I feel like that really, really helps your audience connect with you and get the point across. And then the captions are there to help for the people that are watching it with their sound off. Most people drop a 1 in the chat if you watch videos with your sound off. And also just to give people will watch something longer if they're reading along with it. It's just human nature. So if you want longevity on your reels, you will add captions. Okay. So I like to add this caption, but on the top left, you'll see the A with the circle. That's where you pick the font. Okay, and all the fonts are down here at the bottom. I love this one, the one I have selected. It's the second one in, but they all look a little different and do something different. Okay, so I love this one. And then if you pick this on the top next to the little color circle, it'll let you pick, or the color circle will let you pick the color that you want. And I bet you didn't know this. So let's say you can pick, obviously you can pick a color from your reel so it like kind of matches aesthetically using that bottom left like eyedropper. Anytime you see that eyedropper, it usually means you're allowed to grab color from somewhere. But you can also hold your finger down on any shade and then you can just move like within that shade. Okay, you can do this on Instagram stories as well, but I like this, the generic corally color. I just like that one. I know some people will use yellow or whatever, that's fine. Okay, so now I have my captions selected and let's see what they look like.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I love clean skincare makeup. How about you? Roses are red, violets are blue.
Okay.
I love.
So this font, okay, I see people make this mistake all the time with their font placement, okay? There's places called the danger zone. You do not want to do it too low because then look, it's hidden in all my words. Do not put it too low. And if you put it too high, you won't see it. Okay. So all of these, when you start moving it around the screen, look at, they actually have like caution, like don't go too far, because as different phones or different views play it, you'll lose words, you'll lose captions. So you always want to stay, and see how that white line comes up? I want to stay within this zone. I never want to go below where it says template, ever. And I don't want to go too far left, because then it runs into this like where the people like it. And so you kind of want to stay around, usually around the face. Okay. So either right above the head.
Please skincare makeup. How about you?
But what people
Roses
tend to do is, if you put it right around your neck,
are red,
it
violets are
keeps
blue.
the attention
I
on
love
your
Queen
face,
Skincare
where people
makeup.
can still see
How
your,
about you?
well, you probably can't hear me. People can still see your face while they're also reading. That's very important, especially if you are selling a product that's in your hand. Okay. So I could probably move it up a little bit, and that would be fine. Now you can also have it select the center. Okay, so that way it's in the center. And then the first few seconds of the live, you want it to have like a clear, like what this live is about. Okay, so for me, what would I do? Like a poem. I would probably just say a clean girly poem. I don't know. This is where you kind of could get carried away. But again, we're not overthinking it. So what's the first thing that comes to my mind? This is a poem for clean skin girly. Okay. So that's what I'm going with. Okay. So now let's say I only want the captions on that, but see how when it goes like this, how? I don't like that. I don't like how it like randomly has a how at the end of my reel when I'm not even saying anything, but it's just picking up that future audio that I edited out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap on the bottom. This is the captions area. This is where the captions are in the video, and you will tap them to edit them. So I can actually go right to where that how is. I'm just taking my thumb and moving again across that like tap to add audio bar is where I'm like holding my thumb and scrolling around. And right where it says how, I'm going to go right to before. I'm going to go like, so I'm moving right to the right and left, and see it. There it is. I'm going to go right before it comes, and I'm going to tap the caption, and then I'm going to trim the caption down to where now it doesn't show how on there. Okay. So it's well, I guess let's take this one step further while I have you guys here. Okay. So that's editing the caption and just trimming the longevity that it's on the reel. So you can also, there's another way you can do it. So let's bring it back and just show you the alternative way. Let's say, have you ever done your captions and there's like a word that's wrong? And you're like, oh, they spelled her name wrong, or that's not what I said, and why is it saying that? And so what you can do then is actually click edit, and you can tap on it. And I double tapped on it, and now here is my entire caption. So I can just go right on there, edit, and delete how, and then done. Okay. So let's say, you know, I want to add roses are red. Let's say I want to add a rose. I can just add that, and then violets are blue. I don't know if there is a violet. Is there a blue flower? Okay. Roses are red, violets are blue. I love clean skincare makeup. How about you? Okay. Done. Now let's see what that looks like.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I love Queen Skincare makeup. How about you? Roses are red, violets are blue. I love Queen.
Yay, I'm actually going to have a reel today posted. This is awesome. Okay, so now that's basically like the reel is pretty much done. So what I'm gonna do before I add music is I'm gonna download this to my phone so that I can put it on TikTok. Okay, so download that top button with the little arrow with the line, saved, okay? And I'm gonna give it a title now, okay? I'm gonna title it, you know, a clean, or what was I doing? A clean skincare, a poem for clean skincare girly. That's what I'm doing, okay. A poem. Oh, okay. I probably should explain where I got this. Okay, so on the top left, I go so fast. I try to really slow it down. Okay, on the top right, you can see the big A and the little a. That's what I'm tapping, and now I can add words to my reel. So I'm gonna do all lowercase. You can pick a font. Let's go with this one. A poem for clean skincare girlies. And I'm saying skincare so that it captures the attention of someone that is into clean skincare, but it's like me using makeup. So that will probably confuse a little bit, enough to maybe ask me a question. And that's always my goal with all of my content, is just to start conversations with people. Okay. So a poem for clean skincare girls. Now I can select the color on the top. There's like a little rainbow circle, so I can tap that. I'm just gonna pick that same coral color that I have for everything else. On the left, you see that like that half circle that's like sharing the wall? I can go up and make my font big, or I can make it small. And a lot of times I see people with like font like this, and I'm like, I don't think they know that they can make it all one line, but you can, okay? So let's say you type something really long and you're like, oh, it doesn't fit on a line. You can just take that little thing down and make it small, okay? So I can add a background to it on so next to the circle with an A, there's a square with like an A and stars. If you tap that, it brings a background to your words. If you tap it again, it flips the color. So depending upon what color you want, you have 3 choices typically per font, okay? So I want to do this one, and I want this one. Or do I want this one? I think I want that one. Okay, Valentine's Day, okay? And then the far left button, the A with like lines, it's like an A in motion, that will make it animated. Okay, so let's see what this one animated looks like.
Roses are red,
like
violets are blue. I love clean skincare makeup. How about you? Roses.
Okay, but for me, that's like a little bit too much going on. I want it to just be static there. So your eyes aren't trying to read up here, trying to read down here, trying to read here. You kind of want wherever the focus is, like that's what you want. You don't really want to have much else moving. Okay, so I'm gonna pick no motion.
They're red.
I just wanted to show you. Okay, so I like to make it a little bit
Violets
clean
are
and
blue.
small.
I love.
And right here, I can move it around and I can find the center, that line, and it almost like wants to stick there when I'm moving my finger around. And then right here will be where it will start running into other things at the top of the screen. So I like to bring it down just a little bit, okay?
Clean skincare makeup.
But I don't
How
want
about
it.
you? Roses are red.
Okay, I don't want
violets
it
are
to
blue.
run.
I love clean skincare makeup.
Okay, girl.
How about you?
Okay, so I don't want it to run for the whole video. I want this just to run for like the very beginning. I don't want it up there the whole time. Okay. And this is like, you can choose however you want it. I like for things to come off the screen, and that way it just leaves more of my face on there. And so with this one, I am going to slide it over. Roses are red. Okay. So right before it changes to this screen, I'm gonna stop right there. Well, I'm actually gonna go over here and I'm gonna, so right here, see where it says on the very bottom line, a poem for clean skincare girlies. I can trim it to where this is controlling at what part in the video it leaves the video, okay? So, and see how it like stops on like these yellow dotted lines? That's actually where those little clips stop. So it helps you if you want it to start and stop with the next slide. You just drag the end and it'll stop. If you're dragging the back end, that's where it'll stop. And if you're dragging the front end, that's where it'll start. So I always wanted to start in the beginning. I just love these little nodules. They're very, very, very helpful because if I want it to stop right here in between these two, then all I gotta do is drag it right there. And that little yellow line, really helps me know exactly where to have it stop. So it's like perfect with the transition of the video. Okay, and then we're gonna add music. I'm sorry, I can't see any questions while I'm in screen share, so I'll get to them in a second if there is any. I'm gonna pick my Valentine song. Be My Baby. So now you can't hear me, all you hear is the song. So I'm gonna go, I picked the song now, it's a trending audio, which means it'll kind of like throw that breadcrumb a little bit farther, right off the get-go. And I am going to tap that musical button again. And then on the top left, there's a button that says control. I'm gonna go to controls. And now there's two volume controls. There's camera audio, and then there's the song. So I'm gonna pick up the camera edit audio, and I'm gonna put down the song. Just so you can hear the song a little bit, but my voice is what's carrying.
Hair makeup. How about you? Roses are red, violets are blue. I love clean skincare makeup. How about you? Roses are red.
There she blows. Okay, so she's done. For my cover photo, you guys, I know a lot of people are into, or like it used to be like where you were into the aesthetic and you just wanted when you score your page just to see all these aesthetics. If someone sees this reel and goes, I want to recreate that, or I like that, or I want to see what she was using, or like you want people to be able to easily find it on your page. So you do want to select a cover photo that is exactly like the reel. Like you want to pick one from the reel, okay? So I'm actually gonna pick something that's like a little like, probably like that. I like to be like a little like, wait, what is she doing? You know, like it captures the attention and goes like, okay, I'm gonna tap that. I don't want to look perfect in my freeze frames. Like I want it to be like, oh wow, that's a real human. She seems silly or whatever. Okay. So I mean, or I mean, you could do like, you know, obviously you can pick one you want. You totally could, but I'm gonna go with that. Okay. So you can just swipe your finger across the bottom to pick a freeze frame. You can totally add one from your camera roll if you have one. But I recommend making it from the actual reel because then it's easy to find on your page and you always want people to not have to think too hard. Then on the top right, it says profile grid. And you can move it, you can make it bigger and you can make it smaller. And then this is the way it's gonna look on your profile page. So I want you to be able to see that top one probably a little bit closer like that. Okay. Perfect. There it is. And then you select done. And then you can copy paste your caption. You always want to, whatever your call to action is, you want to actually start with that. You want to start with your call to action, okay? You don't want it to be this long thing and then your call to action is like buried at the bottom. You want to start with that. So then boom, boom, boom. Let's say I copy paste my caption. Okay, now here's the rest of the bells and whistles. I will probably tag Monade Official in that because I use their products. I'll tag my spray tan girl because I want to tag everyone I can in this video. I'll tag my lash girl, my brow girl, the girl that did my lip filler. I'll tag the suit maker Forever 21. I'll tag who made the undershirt. I'll tag my jeweler. Like I'm trying to get as much connected with this reel as possible. And then I'll tag them. And then as far as the audience, I keep to everyone. I always want to add topics. Okay, so every single reel I post, I add pretty much the same topics. So for this one, for example, it's skincare and face care. And I would also say that it is a relationship to self, because I love this, clean skincare. So that's basically, you can pick any category you want. There's not actually like a lot that I like really love, but I use a lot of these top ones here, like clothing, accessories. If I'm at the beach, I'll tag beaches. This really helps people find you with similar interests. So always make sure you add 3 topics. I'll always add my location, which helps me connect with people that are close. And yeah, that's how I try to grow my like local following. And then you can share to Facebook if you would like. I also post organically to Facebook. I know someone's probably asking that in the chat. And then that's all the bells and whistles. So she's ready to go. So I'm going to share it. And there she goes out into the world. Okay, I'm going to stop share. I know I'm going way long. I can never do these things like super short though. Okay, so now she's out in the world and she's a super, I would say semi-quick. I mean, I would do that a lot faster if I wasn't demonstrating it, but it's super quick and you can sit down and do that. And then I do add my Instagram handle 3 times on the bottom of every reel that I do, because let's say you come across it in your explore feed and you have no idea who I am, but you see it. If you see my handle there a couple times, a handful of times, you're more likely to tap on it and go to my page. But otherwise, where are you tapping to go to my page? You might tap on the reel and then you're on the reel. But to go to my page is what I try to do, is get people to come to my profile so they can see what I'm about on my profile, which we go into on the branding trainings that are free. Totally have access to them. I want people to tap my handle so it opens to my page, not just that reel, if that makes sense. I know sometimes it'll have like a follow button, but that's not really, I mean, I like that button, but my whole goal is so that people to go to my page. And so someone said so that people can't copycat your stuff. I mean, not really. I wouldn't say that that is a motivator for me at all. And most people, it's for accessibility. It's for what it brings to you when people tap on it. It brings people to your profile and your page. And also a little bit more memorable if they see your handle over and over and over. And so there's like a psychology to it, but yes. Okay, so we're wrapping up here. We're wrapping up here. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, so there is a lot of other questions I know that people are going to have, like, how often should I post? How do I choose what to post? What will help me actually grow? What are those call to actions you use? Do you use ManyChat, which I have been openly like talking about using my like little robot assistant. It really is super helpful. On the last mastermind I went to, she was saying that, you don't really need the ManyChat until you get to around 10,000 followers. And that's really where when people have like comment the keyword, like the little robot goes in and just auto sends them whatever you've programmed for that keyword to send them with that keyword. So for me, if I get hundreds of comments on something, my little robot's just DMing these people all day long and I'm hands free. So if you're not getting a lot of comments and it's easy for you to like open and see a few comments, then you just DM them, you know, a little copy paste for the link or whatever. But that would be the goal versus sending someone to your link in bio. Those days are kind of over. So even though you can access my Reels course by my link in bio, it's better to get the engagement on the post and have people comment, and then you bring the link in bio to them. So you're truly serving people with that action. And most people these days, everything is brought to them at the top of a fingertip. And so the more you can do that with your business, the more it's going to help you. Knowing when to post, there are apps for that. However, I don't follow any of them. I try to post this around the same time every single day. And then there are free funnels and there's ways to create your page to increase its own engagement in a free way. Drop a 1 in the chat if you've heard anybody ever talk about funnels, sales funnels. Okay, it's something that is talked about a lot. And yeah, lots of ones starting to come in. So it's very, very common for people to start talking about that. But I actually have I have my next class that will be happening and be available as of February 16th. And it is my like Instagram selling strategy. This is how, like, even this morning, you guys, I woke up to a handful of people that somehow saw one of my little skincare reels that I posted a month ago. I woke up to 5 people interested in the products from that reel that I posted a month ago because they got to go into one of my free sales funnels and get sold by me while I was sleeping. Okay, like that's the dream. And there is a total, very, very easy way that I can help you work smarter, not harder. It is my like secret formula. And it's my own sales funnel that I can teach you how to utilize in your own Instagram selling strategy. So that will be available 2/16. Let me actually drop the link in the chat for anybody that's on here. You guys get the first come, first serve. You can totally tap that and register for it. And it totally accompanies this. I think a lot of people that are getting, on to Reels, it's really important that they be taught the like actual basics. So if this helped you at all, like please let me know. I know it's a little bit long, but I feel like I don't want to go too fast. And then sometimes I feel like I went really fast. So now I'm going to answer some questions here. I'm going to skim back through the chat and answer some questions if there were any, which I saw the chat moving. Okay, so yes, register for the replay. Oh, I had to edit. That's okay. Oh, you want to see something really cool? Let me show you something really cool. I'm about to blow your mind. Okay, so someone just told me right now, that I had a typo on my my reel, okay? Did I have skincare on there? Well, whatever. Let's say I did. Okay, let's say I'm like, oh shoot, I have a typo. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the 3 dots under the little paper airplane icon, and I'm actually going to delete my reel because watch what pops up. I can move it to drafts and I can edit it and then I can repost it. Okay, so move to drafts. Oh yeah, I see where skincare was on there twice. Okay, so then let's say I go to drafts. There it is. I can edit on the top right.
Roses are
And it's
red,
the caption
violets are
that's
blue.
wrong.
I
I'm
love
gonna
Queen.
tap that caption. This is where the caption is. I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna tap it 2 times. But yeah, see, there it is, the second skincare. Good catch. I did not catch it. But I will say sometimes if there's a little typo somewhere, people remember that. Like I'm telling you, people remember flaws. Like perfection gets like filtered, but people remember flaws. Like whenever I have a typo in something, so many people want to type and let me know I have a typo, right? Which actually helps my engagement. The more people commenting, the better it is. So I do know of a lot of influencers that will actually put a typo on purpose just so that they get that boosted engagement. But I appreciate that. And so just that was a great thing to say, because then I just got to show you guys how you can edit a reel. And obviously then you have to repick the cover photo. And then post. Basically, but all the topics are still there. See how the topics are there? Oh wait, no, they're not. Okay, so make sure you go back through your bells and whistles. Face care, skin care, relationship to self. And that's what you kind of always want to keep those consistent too. I've also seen people, because there is search engine optimization, I've seen people hide keywords in the reel as well, which that all goes into what's going to be on my next level reels strategy stuff that's launching on February 16th. So yeah, okay, so perfect. Okay, let's see. By selecting captions, you don't have to retype the words in. It's typed for you. Yes. So when you pick captions, it will auto populate and generate from the words that are coming out of your mouth. But also sometimes it can capture background audios too. And so you want to be able to edit that, but you can edit the captions in general. But I love that you just don't have to leave the platform at all. Okay. So I know, I'm really sorry. Someone said, I already want to know where to watch the recording. I know, sorry. I tried not to go too fast, but at the same time, we took an hour. Okay. How do you get the discard option? So the discard option, as soon as you highlight a portion of a video, all the options come up to discard it. Or if you want to move things around, you can literally hold down on them and then you can toggle them around when we're referring to video that is uploaded directly to Reels or videos in the Reels. Okay, perfect. How do you add the filter? You can add it by the stars, but you can also just, as you're recording it, generic to the camera, you can pick it like you would on like an Instagram story or a live. Okay, this is gold. This is helpful. Yay. Okay, good. Because I'm like, I know it's so basic for me that I'm like, was this helpful? But okay, good. I'm super glad this was helpful for you. The replay, you're registered for this, so you will get the replay. And thank you all. Make sure you can actually go to there, or like the link in my bio, but there's the link for you right there in the chat to register for the next level reels. Unlock your dream situation with reels and strategies and all those things. And yeah, cannot wait to share that with you guys. And if you found this helpful, please always let me know. It really makes my world go round to know that I'm helping truly empower the mostly women. If you're a dude, we love you too, but mostly women of this platform. So, mwah. Bye everybody.